But nonetheless, I am curious as to what you think might transpire on, because the weekend after in Winnipeg, the Riders do not have, historically speaking, tend to lose that game. So let's just go, historically speaking, the Riders may be splitting that series, if history is any indication. But how do you think they'll do on Sunday?
I don't think you're too far off with the split. I really thought they're 11-1 in their last 12 Labor Day games, and the last win was 2015, I think, for the Blue Bombers. Up, cut me on that one. I remember reading that last night. Geez, look at that. I'm dragging out stats.
No, actually,
the
Riders won on Labor Day weekend in 2015. That was Bob Dice's first win as a Rider head coach.
So it was the next season, next year. So anyway, whatever. But
then they lost in 2016.
Yeah, I think a split is pretty reasonable, and I think they're going to. I'm going to go on a bit. I think they're going to win easily on Sunday. I think they're just playing at that level right now. Winnipeg's a little bit struggling, kind of wrestling with a whole lot of issues and stuff, and I think the Riders are riding high. I was in that locker room in BC, and it was an excited, happy place, and this was getting some days off stuff. But I think I anticipate that, and I think going back to Winnipeg, the Blue Bombers are going to regroup and probably pull out a win there too.
They'd better win on Sunday, because if you're a championship caliber team and a team is on the ropes and teetering a bit, that's when you pounce and you stick a spike in them. And I think that's what the Rough Riders have to do. Now, it can change so much the following week, but it's changed so much over the last, here's a trendy word, fortnight.
My son plays Fortnite.
I still don't know what it is.
I have no idea, but I haven't seen him in 2 months.
He might have played it for a fortnight. You look back 2 weeks, and the Bombers are playing very good football, and the Rough Riders are on a 2-game winning streak. Sorry for my HEI. And suddenly, and the tenor of the dialogue in Regina or in Saskatchewan and in Winnipeg over the last 2 or 3 weeks has totally flipped. So who's to say that over the 2 weeks that ensue, it can't flip again, especially given the unpredictability of this entire season, not only in Saskatchewan and Winnipeg, but across the league. Who's to say that it doesn't, 2 weeks from now, we're not having an entirely different conversation, because it's had so many